the wake of the September 11 attacks in 2001, the United States declared war on terrorism. A battle waged on the ground and also online, as many fundamentalist groups use the internet as a communication and recruitment tool. The American authorities are concerned by an escalation of extreme Islamist groups using social networks to recruit new members. So a senior tech advisor to the US State Department, Shahed Amanullah, has developed a plan to discourage potential terrorists. The idea is to use online trolls to infiltrate virtual spaces, these online forums, and use logic, satire, humour and religious arguments to confront, undermine and demoralise would-be terrorists. This somewhat ambitious initiative has been named Viral Peace. The stated aim is to shame, humiliate and annoy jihadists by deliberately fueling controversy online. And to avoid detection and find ways to unsettle terrorists, Shahed Amanullah travelled to Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, Pakistan and also Indonesia to meet with Muslims and engage in brainstorming sessions. The initiative was launched in the spring amid great enthusiasm from participants who continue to contribute to online discussion forums, notably via the Viral Peace Twitter account and Facebook page. Washington, meanwhile, has already begun the initial discreet destabilisation operations online. The methods may seem totally novel, but this isn't actually the case. NATO forces in Afghanistan use Twitter to stir up the Taliban, and jihadists respond to these posts with sarcasm and irony. Whether or not these types of operation actually have an impact on terrorist morale remains to be seen. The online campaigning in America has paid off. In the wake of last week's terrible shooting at a Colorado cinema showing of the latest Batman film, hundreds of netizens have taken to social networks, appealing to Christian Bale, who plays the Caped Crusader, urging him to visit survivors of the shooting, to offer them some comfort as they try to come to terms with the horror they witnessed. And on Tuesday, the actor went to Aurora to do just that. As these photos that are circulating online illustrate, Bale's first stop was the medical centre of Aurora, where he met hospital staff and some of the shooting victims, including this young man. The actor, accompanied by his wife, went on to visit the makeshift memorial near the movie theatre, where thousands of people have gathered since the shooting and where Bale paid tribute to those killed in the tragedy. Social networkers have applauded his gesture, praising his generosity and sense of duty. Some even say that with such an act of kindness, Christian Bale is now a superhero in real life and not just on the silver screen. But not everyone approves. A handful of web users are wondering how some victims may react to a visit from the man who plays Batman. Critics feel that coming face to face with Bale may resurrect terrible memories for survivors and say the actor shouldn't have gone to their bedside, that it was a terrible idea. With Damascus a scene of heavy fighting between rebels and forces loyal to the Bashar al-Assad regime in recent days, fierce clashes have also been raging in Syria's second city of Aleppo since the weekend. The rebel Free Syrian Army launched the offensive, which was partly organised via the web, where members of the FSA's military council launched appeals via social networks, urging rebel fighters to take up their weapons to free the economic capital. There was a strong response from opponents of Bashar al-Assad, as we can see here. Soon afterwards, intense battles broke out between rebels and government troops in various districts across the city. And with clashes raging in certain areas of the city since Sunday, there appear to be positive developments for anti-regime fighters in the battle for Aleppo. These amateur pictures suggest, for example, that members of the Free Syrian Army have taken control of 2 border crossings with Turkey. Other videos, like these ones, which are equally difficult to verify, show FSA fighters celebrating a new war trophy, a tank once belonging to the regular army, but abandoned during the fighting. And rebels in Aleppo also have support from local residents. As we can see in these documents, which are being relayed online, when Free Syrian Army soldiers arrive in parts of Aleppo that have been freed, they're given a hero's welcome from locals, chanting, singing and thanking them for the sacrifices they've made for the people of Syria. Kim.com, the now famous founder of downloading site Mega Upload, which was shut down in January, is back making headlines online. US officials want him extradited back to the US to face charges of criminal copyright violations and racketeering. But whilst awaiting his extradition hearing, he's released this music clip entitled Mr. President on the web. He says he's defending free speech and urges governments from all over the world to unite and leave the internet uncensored.
Mr. President, are you going to fix this, Mr. President?